Moment of truth. Okay, I'm in neutral. Let's see, just in case. Hand on the brake. It's not moving. Pulling in the clutch. It's not wanting to move. Let's go ahead and get going. First gear. Whee! All right. Second gear. Third gear. Fourth gear. Let's just go ahead and switch it to fifth. I don't need fifth right now. And it feels great. You need to be moved. Wow, guys, I changed out my clutch this week. What a hassle. I actually left out quite a bit of me cussing and being like upset. It was a ridiculous install for me. My back was killing me. It wasn't the greatest thing I've ever done. Like, I need a stand. I need a garage. I need to get a stand so I can get the bike up, you know, at least to where I can stand up and work, or sit down somewhere and still work underneath the bike. Man, that was terrible. It sucked. But overall, it wasn't that bad of an install. If you actually have a stand, like just a simple ATV motorcycle jack stand, you're able to do it. I didn't have one. I sold mine back in Yuma before I left, and I needed to get rid of it. I didn't have room. I didn't think I was gonna need to use it for any time soon. Boy, was that stupid. Oh man, this thing shifts so much better. Holy. I need to adjust the shifter though. I have it a little bit too high. I had to adjust it when I got these boots. You know, I had to make it a little bit higher because it wouldn't have worked either way. I would have had to like squeeze my foot in there. But man, this thing feels so much better. Oh my gosh. Between the fuel pack and the Barnett extra clutch plate kit, I think those are like the best two upgrades I've ever done to this bike. The exhaust, yeah, whatever. But for the money, just the clutch kit, oh my gosh, it seriously feels like a new bike. Maybe I was just so used to the shitty quality of Harley Davidson putting in that grenade plate. I don't even know what it's called anymore. I kept calling everything a spring plate when I was doing the install. I noticed that when I was doing the editing. Not everything's called a spring plate. But man, this thing feels so much better. Oh, I'm so happy about that. So my review of the whole thing is the install was kind of a pain in the ass. To me, it was a kind of pain in the ass because I'm not mechanically inclined at all. Like, doing an oil change is probably the most I've ever done. I changed out the spark plugs before, but I've never opened the primary case ever. So doing that was pretty interesting. Learning how to properly adjust my clutch, not just doing the lever, was something interesting to learn. But overall, I feel like I have this sense of accomplishment to where now I've opened up my primary case. I've set my clutch appropriately. I've changed out something that I didn't think I could ever do, and I thought it was gonna be way more expensive. It really isn't. It's like less than 200 bucks if you have certain tools already, or if you don't want to get the gasket, or if you don't even want to get the spring plate. But overall, the installation is easy. You just take the primary case off, you get that special tool, release the tension, take the retaining ring off, and then you just pull out the little plates, the friction plates and the metal plates that came with Harley, and then you put in the certain order. I think it's the metal, then friction, metal, friction, metal, friction, metal, friction, something like that. Watch the video to be absolutely sure, but it was super easy, and that's all I did. That's all I did, and I put it back together. It was the simplest thing ever. We're gonna keep riding around so I can keep talking to you guys about this stuff, because I gotta get some groceries. I'm gonna be cooking dinner tonight, so that's where I'm supposed to stop. I'm not done talking to you guys. Overall impressions though, man, is the easiest thing ever when it comes to doing something that will change your bike. Now for me, what I started having when it came to me wanting to get a whole new clutch, it's like I knew something was wrong, and it wasn't the lever, because I had made adjustments to it, and it's like, what the hell? It was, I couldn't find neutral. Like, I'd push down and I'd be like at a stoplight. I'm like looking at my neutral gauge, and I'm like hitting it. It'd go from second, and I'd hit it, and I'd barely tap it, just barely tap it, and it would switch from, it'd be like bloop, like neutral first. I'm like, oh crap. And then I would try to go from first. Now this is where the problem was. I'd try to go to first, and I'd be cranking hard on the shifter. Now I'm sure I needed a shifter, or I needed an adjustment to the clutch, but like I was having problems. Like sometimes I would all of a sudden just go into neutral. I felt like I was losing power when it came to, oh gosh, that's so easy to go into neutral. I'm not used to that. I was having problems like from 3rd, 4th, and 5th gear, going, you know, gaining speed like in the lower RPMs. I was just like, vroom, 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 vroom. And I even mentioned that during my fuel pack impressions, and that kind of took it away. But I know for a fact, oh, this is like a dead end. I know for a fact a lot of it was clutch problems. Right now, I actually switched my fuel pack. I switched my fuel pack. Oh, the throttle response is great. I switched my fuel pack back to the stock OEM map. And man, this bike feels great. It's like I almost didn't need the fuel pack, but I'm sure I do because it says I'm running lean in the rear cylinder. But this bike runs so much better with this extra clutch plate. I don't want to keep rambling on. This was just a simple vlog, just on my way to get groceries. That's where I'm headed. Gosh, look at that view. But guys, if you have a Sportster or even a Big V twin, they make these extra clutch plates. Now there's a difference. There's 2 of them. There's a carbon fiber and Kevlar. I chose the Kevlar because from what I understand, the carbon fiber makes for a smoother shifting, and the Kevlar, while it's still smooth, it's more of a durable, and it's like it holds up better. It's like for more powerful stuff. Like if you ride your bike hard, Kevlar, from what I've read, and I could be wrong, is the better option. So I chose the Kevlar extra clutch plate kit. Just follow the instructions or follow my installation video. You're gonna need that one tool. It's gonna be right here. I forgot the name of it. You only need to use it once, and it's like 50 bucks. There's ways to build one yourself online for like 10 bucks at Home Depot or Lowe's. I didn't have the time for that. I already knew that installing this thing was gonna be much of a frustration, so I didn't feel like building something that would probably fail me while in the middle of it. So I just bought it. I'm never gonna have to use it again, so maybe I'll sell it. I don't know, we'll see. But guys, get that. I will have links in the description. So much better. I got the gasket kit just because I wanted to get a brand new gasket. I figured after 27,000 miles the gasket might leak, so I decided to just go ahead and get a new one so that everything was great, everything was wonderful. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's clutch install, clutch adjustment, and then now my vlog. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. With that said, I am gonna go inside Bash's, get some groceries. I'm gonna make some meatballs, some Italian meatballs, and I'll see you guys later. Ride safe, be safe, wear your gear. Whoa, look at you, go ahead. Yeah, I'm turning left. Exactly what I'm talking about, guys. Jeez. I'll see you guys later.